The corporate location is on Oak Street on the north side of La Crosse. There's 500 plus retail locations throughout Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa. Just those 3 states. They haven't expanded outside of those yet. It's a goods producing business, so the company produces various products in their own bakery and dairy. And their mission statement is to serve our customers and community more effectively than anyone else by treating our customers, coworkers, and suppliers as we personally would like to be treated and to make a difference in someone's life. And they also have core values, so those are honesty and integrity, respect, excellence, humility, innovation, and work ethic. So the first topic that I did on the case study that faces operations managers is the strategic approach. So the number one goal for Kwik Trip is to provide guests with the best service possible, greeting them with a smile, using appropriate eye contact, making service speedy, thanking the guest, and then inviting them to visit the store again. So the responsiveness approach is something that operations managers use. So an example for Kwik Trip is giving the customer what they want and need and doing so more quickly than competitors. And then low price and high quality kind of falls under strategic approach. So like products that Kwik Trip produces themselves, bread, donuts, milk, water, and the hot food. Pricing that lower than competitors is important, but also keeping that profit margin in mind too. So the location, always making it as convenient as possible for the guests. And then location kind of falls into the convenience. The company relies on location to bring customers to its stores, so they want to be in an area that's highly trafficked with businesses, neighborhoods, other restaurants. And the majority of stores are placed in a high traffic area, so located near interstate exits and a lot of corners. And then it makes it also easier to get in and out of those too. So then there's many demographics taken into consideration when real estate looks to build new stores. So customer needs, population variances, etc. are examples for that. And then there's normally no direct competitors near the stores. There's a few in La Crosse. There's a Citgo, and then I believe a Holiday gas station as well downtown. The key performance metrics is the third topic for operations managers that they have to keep in mind. So there's many different operations processes throughout Kwik Trip. There's the factories where they make like the bakery items and hot food items that are not sent in by vendors and suppliers. So the key players in the store operation process are vendors and suppliers for shelf products, hot food, and store and kitchen supplies, the truck drivers and warehouse workers, and then food service workers in the stores, and other workers as well on the front end and in the retail. So an example with that would involve the food service workers and the truck drivers and warehouse and also vendors and suppliers would be the hot food program. So the first step is kind of controlling the inventory and ordering the low inventory items, kind of leaving the ones that are high inventory to maybe look at later. And then the second step would be the manufacturer sends in orders after they are ordered to the Kwik Trip warehouse, where the trucks are loaded by workers there, and then they're sent to the store on the truck with truck drivers. The third step, the food is received and it is organized and stored or thawed and prepped to cook. Forecasting was another topic that we went over with the case study that really relates to operations managers. So it's an important tool used to budget, plan, and estimate future needs and growth based on past events and management insight. So a Kwik Trip example for that would be seasonal patterns. So we have a lot more customers and traffic in the summer, so we're going to need to hire more employees for that time. A lot of college kids is what we look for. And there's also turnover with those college students. So whenever we know we're going to have somebody leaving, we always need to make sure to replace those as fast as we can to make sure that we don't have a shortage of employees. And another example is the bakery in the store. So we need to analyze how much we sold the previous week when we're doing inventory control and ordering, and then we're going to need to order new inventory for the upcoming week for whatever we need to make sure we don't run out. And pulling new bakery every day is something that we do to make sure it's fresh for our customers. So forecasting how much we are going to need by looking at the previous day, the week before, is a really good way to have a good idea of what we're going to need. And if we wasted a lot the week before, maybe not pull as much of those items. And then the facility layout. So working to improve organizational goals in the most effective way ties into that. The operations manager is going to want to maximize the processes by arranging the layout in the work area in the most efficient way possible for employees and anybody that's working in that area. So an example related to Quick Trip is the kitchen layout, and I actually have an example of that I'm going to show. Okay, so as you can see, where we prepare bakery is right over here, and then we have 3 ovens over in this area. Our prep table is next to it on the same wall, and then over here is another prep area where we keep all the food, and then our supplies are way over here, and we finish the food right here. But this is actually around a corner, so it's kind of hard to reach that. And then there's another table over here, and this is our washing area, so that's kind of good for it to be away from the food a little bit, just so we don't mix chemicals or anything. And then we wash our hands, and that's actually the entrance into the kitchen too, so that's a good area to have that too. So some things that I would say that I would fix about the area is that the supplies should probably not be around the corner from the food area. I just think that's kind of inefficient for the employees to have to walk around. It kind of wastes time. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good layout, and that's the end of my presentation. Thanks.